Every once in a while I get those deck building brain worms, the itch to get something out of your head and down in paper. And in this case, that deck building bug was both metaphorical and literal. See, when they spoiled Mystery Booster Commander Edition's unique legends that are coming in the set, I saw Sash and Waistcoat and I knew there was something here. Cheap? Mono blue? The ability to fire off manifests without tapping? This has some potential. Some cEDH potential. See, there's something here that's a weird Urza Lord High Artificer style brew that I really have to get down in paper and see if it works. Let's get weird with it and see if we can put our whole deck into play. And if there are any other legends that are coming in Mystery Booster Commander Edition that you want to see me brew, make sure to hit up those comments because there's a lot to get into with that set. But let's get into this brew and see if we can make these cockroaches cEDH. Now there are upsides and downsides to Sash and Waistcoat here. The good thing, they're only 2 mana with only 1 colored pip. Another good thing, activated ability with no tapping. Bad, activated ability is sorcery speed only. But it's that ability that's great. Manifesting is a nice little loophole of an ability. It can turn everything in our decks into a 2/2 creature and let us flip creatures face up without using the stack. All things that we can use to our advantage to win the game. So we're going to layer in some combos and some win cons, going to see if we can go infinite, and going to see how many weird and obscure cards we can fit into a cEDH shell. Also, before you run to the comments, I fully understand this may not be a top tier cEDH list, but it's crammed with combo lines and can pop off on turn 2, so it belongs at this tier. Go ahead and tell me Urza is better, but if you want to be weird, these guys got the sauce. The core that we want to go for here is an infinite mana shell. If we can make infinite mana and cast Sash and Waistcoat, we can win the game about a dozen different ways. Let's start with some of the infinite mana lines, then let's see what we're doing with all that mana. Starting with the tried and true ISO Rev combo. Imprinting a dramatic reversal onto an Isochron Scepter means that as long as we can make 3 or more mana with artifact sources, we can make infinite mana. This is a cEDH classic that may have fallen out of favor for some, but I still like winning like it's 2019. Some of those mana artifacts that we'd want to untap are parts of combos themselves, like Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith. These guys make mana and untap for mana, so if we can do something like reduce their activation cost with a Forensic Gadgeteer, double up on their untap ability with a Rings of Brighthearth, or enchant them with a power artifact, then we have an easy 2-card combo for infinite mana. We can Hullbreaker Horror to make infinite mana too, bouncing alternating mana rocks to hand. This means that we need to get a 7 mana sea monster into play, and that's easier said than done in most cases. Then we could always hit a Valley Floodcaller with a Retraction Helix or Banishing Knack. Since the Floodcaller untaps on cast, we could tap it to return a Soul Ring, Mox, or Mana Vault to our hand, recast it infinitely for infinite mana, untapping the Floodcaller, tapping the rock for mana, and tapping the Floodcaller to return it to our hand. Side note, in this combo, we could also just brain freeze our opponent out with an infinite storm count, so that's neat. But in all of these combo lines, all we really need to do is create infinite colorless mana and ensure that we can create a single blue mana to cast Sash and Waistcoat. Once they're in play, we use our infinite mana to manifest our entire library. Now we can only flip up manifested creatures, so a crucial piece of the puzzle is a Prismite or a Stonework Pack Beast. These dorks trade colorless mana for colored mana at a rate of 2-1. We don't really mind since we have, infinite mana. This means we now also have infinite colored mana. Neat. So overall, step 1, make infinite mana. Step 2, manifest our entire libraries. Let's take a look at step 3, profit. How do we win from here? This is where we can layer up. If you want to be basic, or at least basic in most senses, you could win a game of cEDH with combat damage. You do now have dozens of 2/2 creatures that are unblockable thanks to our commander. But with no haste, we'll need to wait until the next turn to win this way. So we could always make sure that we don't lose the game in that time with a Platinum Angel and Darksteel Angel, protecting them both with a Cryptothrall. What? Who plays these cards in cEDH? Well, we can. We have infinite mana, so these are basically free. We've tutored them into play, and we can turn them face up with 0 resource cost. That's fun and an interesting line that you never see in other cEDH decks. If you don't want to wait until your next turn, you could just flip up a Lab Man and draw a card. Easy as that. I told you, we're winning like it's 2019 here. There's a few creatures like Third Path Savant and Timora's Invoker that would also let us funnel out infinite mana into activations to draw those last cards to win the game with a Lab Man. And don't worry for you cEDH purists, Thassa's Oracle is in the list, of course. But if we manifest the Thoracle, we can't turn it face up and get its trigger, it's already in play. No, we would need to use an Echo Tracer. By turning it face up, we get the Thoracle back into our hand, then cast the Thoracle for its enters trigger. So if we ever get to manifest our entire library, we just win. There's no stopping us. Opponents can't win, we can't lose, and even if they try to stop us, we have a line after line after line to bounce back and win. There are a few failure points here though, be careful. And the major one is that our commander's ability is sorcery speed. If our opponent removes Sash and Waistcoat in between activations, we need to have more blue mana to recast them. The colorless mana is fine for manifesting, but blue is absolutely needed to recast our commander. So infinite colorless, good. Infinite blue mana, even better. Since we're in mono blue, we pack the rest of the list with support, including tutors to find key pieces, and of course, counter spells to protect our commander. We only really need to cast our commander when we're about to win, after we've made infinite mana, but we do need to make sure that we can cast them and replace them if they get removed. And while we're creating infinite mana, keep in mind mana abilities can't be responded to, but things like untap activations or other triggers can be responded to. We just need to make sure that we're shutting down those interaction points with enough interaction of our own. But really, that's the only place that our opponents can stop us. Manifesting a creature isn't a cast and can't be countered. Turning a creature face up can't be countered or even responded to. Once we've manifested our library, we've won the game. We can't lose. Which makes this whole deck incredibly effective and efficient, and in my opinion, what gives it a leg up over Urza. You can, and are encouraged to, respond to Urza's activations, so you can counter a spell played from an Urza activation. The spell says played, so it uses the stack and is cast. None of Sash and Waistcoat's tricks can be responded to once your manifests are in play. You just have to manifest everything at sorcery speed. That's the real pain point. I love making these weird fringe cEDH decks. It's been so long since I got that urge, those brainworms, that bug. But I know some of you sickos love it too, and I'd love to know what you think about this brew. And I want to know from folks what you think about the Mystery Booster Commander set in general. Based on the poll that I ran recently, folks are pretty split on the set, mostly being upset that the availability is going to be so low for such cool cards within it. Being only able to be opened at conventions means that not everybody is going to be able to get these cards. But here's where I want to take a moment and remind you, your friends at HP and Canon will let you play with any cards that you want, anytime that you want. There's a reason why I brewed this for cEDH, the proxy-friendliest format. Don't let the cost to entry prevent you from playing the decks that you want to play or enjoying this format. This deck is a honkin' $11,000 if you want to build it in paper, and ain't nobody got that kind of money in this economy. So please, don't let the barrier to entry and don't let the cost prevent you from playing Magic. Anyway, rant over. Thanks for making it this far, and hit that subscribe button if you have. Before you go, you have to check out my sponsors like Card Conduit. They are hands down the easiest way to sell your individual Magic cards without the hassle of traditional buy listing. They'll get you top dollar while handling all of the heavy lifting, from sorting to grading to optimizing your price across a huge network of vendors. And they'll give you cold hard cash for it. You can use the promo code MECHANIC right now for 10% off of all fees. And if you want to pick up the cards for this list, make sure to go check out Card Trader. Use my promo code MECHANIC right now for 5% off your order from any TCG. Card Trader's zero system means you can get cards from all over the world with only one shipping fee. Save money and time today. Lastly, you can check out all of my decks on MOXFIELD. MOXFIELD is the best deck building platform in the world and makes it easy to build decks and search for specific cards with their powerful tools. Have you checked out their drag and drop feature yet? It's revolutionary. Be sure to check out my brews and follow my profile there right now. If you were inspired to brew today, you have to hit that subscribe button. Check out this other deck on my channel right now for more sweet tech. And as always, folks, good luck and have fun.